What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 30th day of June, and here we are at about 1.5 cents, 11 hours, 23 minutes left in the day here. Consolidating in the same area, just above our, really in the same area that we've been at for the whole entirety of June here, but just above the low ends of this area, right? Whenever we do get above 1.7 cents, we should be breaking out. We should be seeing some magnificent growth. That is the area to watch, is 1.7 cents. It just happens to coincide with this high point in price. There's other reasons for 1.7 to be significant, right? If we take a high here to a low here, our 1272 is right there. We break above that, we're going toward deeper extensions, right? Good stuff on that note. I think even if we take this high to low, there's probably something there too as well, right? Yeah, the 382 right there. So breaking above this area, very key. It's okay if we wick above it and then we find resistance when we were to come back down. That's okay if we do something like that. It doesn't mean that we're broken or we're obliterated, right? It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means instead of doing it on this attempt, we will do it on the next attempt. You know what I mean? And whenever we do it, whatever it is, we're gonna move up to about 2 cents to 2.5 cents very, very fast. Something on the low end or high end of this resistance zone here, right? We're on the low end now of this overall consolidation phase here. Whenever we break out of the low end, we're going to go to the high end. And the high end, either at the low end or the high end of the range, will be at something between like 20 cents to 25 cents. Sorry, 2 cents to 2.5 cents by the end of this next endeavor, which I would think would be by the end of this week. And then going into the rest of the month, we should be with that breaking out of this consolidative range right here, high to low, moving up to targets that are at, oh, oops, sorry, I got the wrong one. I mean, yes, we will be moving up to these targets as well. All of these targets will probably show some significance, maybe not all of them, but some of them, right? High to low, especially that 188.6 area. I bet we find resistance there, and we probably continue moving up all the way up to like 26 to 32 cents in time, right? That's the plan. That's the goal. That's the objective. For a while now, that's been the mission. Let's look at this on a 1 hour time frame, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Well, I'm going to delete something. That way it just, I feel like it makes it run. I have another app open, and I feel like it makes it run slower. So we're going to delete that and see if that helps. Yeah, it's already helping. 1.5 cents now. You have lower lows in the RSI. You're at the 40. It's an area you like to find support at. You're getting overbought, and you haven't been oversold in a second, right? It doesn't look like you're getting oversold here. Lower lows in the RSI. Higher lows in the price. Hidden bullish divergence. Not bad. You're finding support now in areas that you found resistance before. If we take a relative low here to a relative high, you're right at the golden ratio. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the least if you moved up from here and you continued rocking and rolling, doing your thing. So the 1 hour looks bullish, at least in my opinion. 4 hour time frame here, very neutral. Not really getting anything off of that, right? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? I mean, overall, it's bullish. Overall, you're in an uptrend, right? Higher lows, higher highs. Rejecting the 60 is not ideal, but you did that a couple times here before you got overbought, whatever. You even saw lower lows temporarily, and then boom, you went up. So I'm not worried about it. Go lower if you want to. There still is the possibility, even the likely, there's a statistical probability, but I wouldn't say that it's the more probable outcome at the moment, but that we could go down to 1.44 cents or even down just below 1.4 cents there. I doubt we break below 1.3 cents, 1.36 cents, but even if we did that, we're fine. You know, that could be an intense little drop for a second, and then we correct, we come back up. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that we're probably going to find support at prior areas of resistance here and then continue to rally, right? And that's what we're doing now. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we start to rally soon. The 4 hour RSI, again, overall looks bullish, but as far as right now, is it bullish right now? I mean, it's pretty neutral right now. We could go lower, we could go higher. Either way, don't get like too excited. Don't get your hopes diminished if we go down or if we go up. But if we get overbought, if we can get into that overbought zone, that's when I would get bullish, once we get into the overbought zone. And I think if we were to move up, get above this high here, we'd be breaking out of this low range here, within this low range here, and likely we would be reaching for the overbought zone. That's when it's time to get excited. When we get to 1.7 cents, that's when it's time to get excited. Daily time frame here. It looks like we have lower highs, and we do. I mean, in all fairness, we do have lower highs. But from this high, tracing it down, we have broken out of this downward trend. Again, showing that it's okay if we go lower, right? And I keep going over this not because I think we're going to go lower, and maybe a little bit. There's like a little part of me that thinks we could. But I'm going over it not because of that. I'm going over this because if it happens, we're not caught off guard. It's nothing that's crazy, right? We're talking about the upside. We're expecting the upside. Price comes down to here. Oh no, what happens? Nothing happens. And it's a bear trap. You're about to rip. You know, there's nothing to be concerned with down there. It's really not a big deal. So in case that happens, RSI comes back to backtest this trend line. We bounce. We start moving up. We look at the RSI here. Maybe it moves down, and it hold on. And yeah, we've got higher lows right here, higher highs, something like that, right? Higher lows than this price right here. Back testing prior resistance. I mean, it all looks perfect in my opinion. So go a little bit lower. It doesn't matter. It'll all be okay. But I doubt it does. That's kind of not my perspective at the moment. Looking at this on a 3-day time frame. I mean, you found support at areas that you'd expect to find support. You're at the 50 finding resistance now. 2 days, 12 hours left in this 3-day time frame. We'll see how it goes, but even if, again, same thing, even if we go lower, I think we're in a better positioning to go up than we are to go down. The 3-day RSI is immaculately bullish, and I think that this next attempt, unlike the last attempt, I think this next attempt will get us into the overbought zone. And this agrees with what I've been saying, guys, right? We've got this giant W here in the 3-day time frame. If and when we come from the same areas that we found support before, but we get into the overbought zone, right? We do something like that. We get into the overbought zone, okay? We're going to see a bigger move. We're going to see a bigger move. That's all I'm trying to say, right? From a low to a high, 262. That move itself would take us up to 4.4 cents. If we're going to see a bigger move, how much bigger is it going to be? I mean, if we're getting overbought, I really wouldn't be surprised if we ripped all the way up to 8.2 cents, guys. At least 5 to 6 cents, something like that. But yeah, we've got a lot of growth to go. 3-day time frame doesn't mean it happens tomorrow. Doesn't even mean that it has to happen in 6 days from now. But it can happen, you know, over the next week or two. And that's my expectation at the moment. So I got nothing else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a bath today. It's probably going to come back up. I think we're just finding support at prior resistance here. Then we're going to go up. It's been very squirrely. I'm not anticipating that we go too much lower. If you notice here on the 15-minute time frame, Bitcoin's done this thing a lot where you'll come down. It'll be a higher low. You'll come down. You'll pump real quick after you come down, and then you'll dump back down, making it look like you're going to go lower. But it's a higher low double bottom, and then you move up, right? Same thing here, right? You came down, pumped up real quick, came back down, double bottom, you went up. Came back down. You even actually had a lower low this time to be completely fair, but then you still ripped right after that, right? Here we came back down overall. It's like if you treat these as lows, you've got that lower or that higher low double bottom again, where you ripped up and then you came all the way back down. Here we are pumping up off of that low, and maybe we do come down. We get another relative like kind of double bottom, but higher low here. That's kind of what we've been doing this whole time. So I'm not expecting this to bring forth any kind of bearish conditions for us. But even if it does, even if it takes OnyxCoin with it, it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.